Hypnosis to transcend reality. Welcome, fellow traveler. This audio was given to me to share with those of you who are on the path or searching for the path. If you have stumbled onto this video, it is not by chance. You are meant to be here, and I welcome you. Perhaps you do not know what the path is, or perhaps you've been on the path for some time. The fact is that if you are here, you are exactly where you are meant to be. This hypnosis meditation for enlightenment will water the seeds of soul emancipation placed deep within your being. The effects may be instantaneous or grow over time until you look back one day and realize just how amazingly far you have come. There is nothing for you to do except keep an open heart and mind. Be sure your headphones are on. Get into a comfortable position where you will not be interrupted, and simply focus on my voice. Let's begin. I want you to take a slow, deep breath while I count to 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale slowly 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale slowly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale slowly 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to imagine that you are in a living room. There is a fireplace across from the couch where you sit, and above the fireplace is an abstract painting, the meaning of which has always eluded you. Beside you on the couch, you notice a silver case with strange symbols embossed on the shell. You open it, and inside you find an advanced-looking virtual reality headset. How did it get there? You have no idea. Curiosity quickly gets the best of you, and you pick up the headset, and after examining it from all angles, you place it over your eyes and ears. You notice dozens of small probes contact your scalp inside the headset. Immediately, you are immersed in a new world. A very different world from the one you are currently in. 1 moment ago, according to your senses, you were sitting comfortably on your couch in a warm, cozy living room. But now, with the headset controlling the input to your eyes and ears, you find yourself in a wild jungle surrounded by palm trees, thick vegetation, vines, ferns, and all sorts of exotic wildlife. It all looks so real, it feels like you are actually there. You can see a monkey in a tree up to the left. You can hear birds calling out with their chirps and squawks, and small animals that make scurrying sounds through the undergrowth behind you. You look all around, up and down, seeing the branches with their wide leaves form a canopy high above you. The earth below you is moss and various forms of greenery. You begin to move through the jungle, pushing aside ferns and vines, exploring your new environment. It's only now that you realize that this VR headset can simulate all your other senses too. Touch, smell, taste, momentum, gravity, even proprioception. You feel a light breeze tickle your arm hair, the brush of a vine across your face. You can smell the rich, damp earthiness of the soil when you bend over to inspect some dark burgundy berries on a bush. You pluck a berry and place it in your mouth, surprised by the rich, organic sweetness of it as the juices flood your taste buds. Turning to explore more of the area, your foot manages to catch on a root, causing you to stumble and fall, and you are surprised to feel the impact of your hands and knees colliding with the earth. There is even pain in this virtual world. With all of your physical senses now fully engaged in this jungle, your mind begins to question if perhaps this jungle is actually real. Your comfy couch and living room begin to slip further and further into the recesses of your mind as you explore more and more of this fascinating new world. The longer you are in this jungle, the fainter the memories of the old world become. Soon the immersion is so total that conscious memory of the old world is virtually non-existent. The jungle is beautiful, but proves a treacherous place to be, with dangerous terrain, wild animals, and hunger. You become aware of a new feeling: fear. Fear solidifies the reality of this jungle as you contemplate survival in this world where, as you later discover, there are many ways to die. What lies beyond death is a mystery feared by all in the jungle, which drives a desire to survive as long as possible. Over the next several days, you build a shelter of branches and leaves. You forage the vegetation for food, craft tools, hunt animals to eat. As weeks and months pass, you meet many others like yourself, make friends, and even find a partner to live with you in your shelter. There are highs and lows, good days and bad days, close calls with predatory wildlife, but always somewhere in your mind is that driving fear of death. Some of the people you know die, leaving others speculating as to what lies beyond death. You typically stay close to home, settled in the relative safety of your shelter, which now boasts a garden and a perimeter fence made of branches and vines. You are proud of your achievements, but a tiny little feeling begins to creep into your thoughts. Is this all there is? There must be more. It is an uncomfortable feeling, but is easily ignored by occupying your time with busy work, entertainment, distractions, and survival. It becomes clear over months and years that you are not the only one who carries this feeling. It is occasionally discussed amongst the locals, but usually dismissed with jokes and changes of subject. Many people are adamant that there is no tangible evidence of any other world, so nothing else could possibly exist. Others have wild ideas about what else could possibly be, and even form clubs to discuss and convince each other of their ideas. You attend a few of these clubs, but find the lack of agreement unsatisfactory. You try telling other people that there is no chance that there could be anything outside this world, hoping that your denial will finally silence the internal questions. None of this helps assuage the feeling that there must be more beyond the jungle. When you sleep at night, sometimes you dream of a room with a comfy couch, but upon waking you shrug it off as it fades, especially because your body is stiff and sore and is clearly more real than a fading memory. A memory of a dream is not evidence after all, is it? After years of burying that nagging feeling with the busyness and labor of jungle life, you finally give in to the relentlessness of that nagging feeling. It simply will not go away. It demands your attention. You find a small palm tree in a secluded area. Sit down with your back against the tree, close your eyes, and resolve to yourself that you will just let your mind contemplate. Thoughts of jungle life drift in and out of your mind for some time, but eventually they fade into nothingness. This is an entirely new experience. You become aware of a new sensation, or rather, a lack thereof. Your body has nearly fallen asleep to the point that you forget your awareness of it. The aches and pains fade, and you somehow forget about your body entirely. You become nothing but mind. A single drifting point of awareness in a sea of nothing. Images begin to appear out of the nothingness. Colors, shapes, patterns. The images are vague, but feel somehow meaningful, and you find yourself lost in them, forgetting the jungle, your friends, your partner, your shelter. You begin to wonder, where are these images coming from? Is my mind bored? Or is this perhaps what it does all the time, but I'm too busy to notice? The shapes become clearer, an unfamiliar symbol made of triangles, a field of dancing light, stars, and space. A street. Streets do not exist in this jungle, but here in your mind, there it is, a street, complete with lights and houses and cars. How did it get there, you wonder? And how am I able to know this is a street with houses and cars? As quickly as the image appeared, it flashes away and becomes yet another undulating field of light. You open your eyes and immediately become aware of your body again, the jungle, and your sore back against the tree. The visions fade like awakening from a dream. The experience leaves you somewhat dazed, teetering between the jungle and the dream world, unsure for the moment of which is real and which is not. You attempt to stand up, but your muscles are stiff and sore from sitting for hours. You decide that the jungle world must be the real world. After all, why would an imaginary world contain pain? Over time, you begin to revisit your tree more and more often, with eyes closed and mind drifting into that pain-free world of odd places. You begin to think of it as your sanctuary of respite, comfort. You look forward to spending time under the tree, exploring the inner recesses of your mind. After months of practice, instead of a street, you see the entire city, full of people and life. What an imagination I must have, you think to yourself. You consider telling your friends about your imagined city in your mind under the palm tree, but fear of being labeled a crazy daydreamer prompts you to keep it to yourself. One time under the tree, you decide to fully immerse yourself in the city world. You close your eyes and drift away into that city in your mind. You are a citizen there, an artist who paints on canvas and sells them in the local gallery. After an afternoon of painting, you lay down on your bed and drift off to sleep. And in your sleep, you dream of a life in another distant world. In this new world, you are centuries old, perhaps even millennia, never having known death. You are a being made entirely of light and can take any form you imagine. You take much delight in shifting from form to form. The world you inhabit is constantly shaped and reshaped by your thoughts. An ever-changing landscape of thought manifest. Your mind is expanded nearly infinitely and capable of processing millions of threads of thought simultaneously with ease. All knowledge comes to you simply by wondering or asking, which feels amazing and yet ordinary. You remember the jungle and decide to ask about the feeling that nags you. Is there something more than the jungle? And if so, how do I find it? The answer appears almost instantly written in symbols on a golden leaf that materializes in your transparent hand. You hold it up and read what is on the leaf, and as you do, you feel deep into yourself that you have discovered a truth that cannot be explained. It can only be known. You also somehow understand that your question only came to you in this place because the answer was waiting to be known, waiting for you to finally ask from your deepest place. You press the golden leaf against your chest and absorb it into the center of your light body, where it bursts into an energy that flows through your entire being. Upon absorbing this energy, you awaken in your bed in the city and immediately go to your easel, bursting with artistic ideas. Choosing your brushes and colors, you paint an image that only you will understand. It somehow contains the truth you were given on that distant planet, encoded into the shapes and colors. This image will not be for the gallery, and you hang it above the fireplace in your living room. As soon as this is done, the room fades from view. You open your eyes and find yourself once again sitting under the tree in the jungle. But the jungle feels different now, less real. As you contemplate your experience, you remember the being made of light, the symbols on the golden leaf in its transparent hand, your hand. You recall the canvas you painted and hung over the fireplace. An understanding floods your body with tingles of electrical sensations. The hair on your body stands up. You are the light being. You are the painter. You are the jungle dweller. And with a shock of realization, you now know that you know what is real. And what is real is you. You get up from the tree and feel a lightness in your body. Your body feels no pain. Has gravity diminished? Hardly touching the ground, you fairly float through the jungle and realize that something else is different. You are not afraid anymore. No fear of the jungle, no fear of wildlife or hunger, no fear of anyone's opinion, not even fear of death. You enjoy many more years in the jungle, visiting the tree sanctuary often to explore other worlds accessible through your mind. You begin to see that the jungle is only made up of systems that control even more systems. There are rhythms and patterns to it, and its mysteries slowly unravel. Your understanding of these systems allows you to thrive in the jungle, only sharing what knowledge you've gained with others whom you perceive are capable of understanding. Occasionally, you question your beliefs about this world, but simply by recalling the painting in your mind, the confidence in your knowledge returns. When you go to your tree sanctuary, you pull the image of the painting into your mind, and it always opens up a new world for you to explore. After many years, your life in the jungle comes to a natural end, and upon your death, you find yourself again on the couch in your living room where the painting sits above the fireplace. Only a moment has passed since you placed the headset on your head, and it has now vanished along with the silver case. Immediately, you are flooded with an understanding that this world is no different than the jungle world or the distant planet where you are an immortal light being. It only exists because you are real, and you find great peace in knowing that not only is there something more, But the something more is infinite because you are infinite.